It doesn't matter who's in the film anymore. What matters is content. And if you're doing a really, really good film, a really good story, irrespective of who's playing the role, whether there's a big star in the film, whether there's a newcomer in the film will eventually do well.
A couple of years back, and we wanted to develop it into a screenplay. Ritesh came on board. He started working. He worked out the first draft. The first draft worked out very well. Then we thought, who is the best person to direct this?
Typical sort of 80s kism ki wife hogi, you know, one of those quiet, shanti type women. But she's actually quite a spunky woman.
Like I told you, that when you start feeling, being the character, this character would not say something like this. Hi, this is Ajay Devgn.
Hi, this is Ileana.
And you are watching
us on Bollywood Hungama.
Bollywood Hungama.
When you take up a role where you're playing a wife for that matter, as an actress who's done many films, why would you say yes to a role like this, considering that you have a lot at stake as well? Like, what is so interesting about this character that made you say yes?
For one, I think, you know, considering the amount of films I've done so far, what I've understood is that it doesn't matter who's in the film anymore. What matters is content. And if you're doing a really, really good film, a really good story, irrespective of who's playing the role, whether there's a big star in the film, whether there's a newcomer in the film will eventually do well. And I feel that's something that I was looking at. So for me, this film was a great story. It's something that I feel needs to be told. It's such an interesting... I've never really heard this side, like the income tax officer's side of a raid. You've always heard the person who's being raided. You know, their story is what you hear about, but you don't hear about the homework that goes into it, the lives of the income tax officers. So for me, I found this a really interesting story. Secondly, I didn't know what to expect of my role. Like you said, I assumed, you know, she's a wife, she's typical sort of 80s kism ki wife hogi, you know, one of those quiet, shanti type women. But she's actually quite a spunky woman. So I can't really explain it. It's just the way she speaks with her husband, her equation with him in the film. She's not, you know, like inferior to him in any way. They're equals, they're partners in their relationship. And I like the fact that they had this lovely intimacy in the film that's quite real. So I just felt it was a great sort of special role for me to play. It's not a massively long role in the film, but it's a very important role, I feel.
All right, Raj Kumar Gupta, the director, I believe you're working the first time, sir, with him. And not the sort of director maybe that you've worked with in terms of maybe before as well, because you have like a Rohit Shetty and a lot of other directors that you've worked with earlier as well. What was it in his script and his entire narration that really appealed to you?
Honestly speaking, it went the other way. First we had heard the idea years back, a couple of years back, and we wanted to develop it into a screenplay. Ritesh came on board. He started working. He worked out the first draft. The first draft worked out very well. Then we thought, who is the best person to direct this? And then Raj came in.
Right.
Okay. And then Raj started working with Ritesh, because Raj is also a writer himself.
Right.
And they started working on the script, and that's how things fell into place, because we really thought that Raj is a director who can do justice to a script like this.
Ji.
And that's how it happened. So Raj didn't have to work hard and give me narration. we thought that he was perfect.
Yeah, I'm sure that your fans will be happy to know that. And now, sir, जैसे क्या होता है कि that आपकी जो से गोलमाल है, obviously there are so many punches people react to it. Like Golmaal again has really hit the ball out of the park. But when it comes to a film like say Aparan and Ganga Jal and like Raid for the matter, so you have punches in that as well. Even there, maybe you know that this is where people will be reacting in a cinema hall. Is this you collaborate as well when you're just discussing with the writers and the director as well, that maybe this is something
Input's always there. Discussions are always there. But eventually, you know, they are the ones who lived with the script, so they know the best. But yeah, there are lots of things we discuss, and changes do happen, because so many times what happens is a dialogue is written or a scene is written, and I feel that it's wrong only because as an actor, I don't, like I told you, that when you start feeling, being the character, this character would not say something like this. So I'm uncomfortable saying it. So they also realize, you know, this, and that's how you come to know maybe there's something wrong with the line itself, or maybe the scene, and then we work at it.
Right. Yeah, because so you're a producer as well. You have seen a lot of film. You have made a lot of films. So जैसे मैंने आपका जो before the interview जो मैंने आपके conversations देखे हैं, for example रोहित शेट्टी के साथ में हैं, so you understand कि that अभी I still remember that Golmaal again had just released. It was only 3-4 days, and sir was saying कि अब ये है ऐसे response आएगा, अब यहाँ से इस तरीके से response आएगा, and it actually happened like that. So you
I don't remember that, but
yeah, so I remember that, sir. I remember that very clearly, and
He's been pretty bang on with his predictions.
yeah, so you have I think experience is you have a tremendous experience.
yeah, when you're working for 20, 25, 27 years, you start gauging things, but you can. It's not that you always are right.
जी.
So, हाँ, but inputs तो होते ही हैं.
Because a gut feeling, I think how important is gut feeling and instinct, sir? Sixth
Quite
sense.
important. I go with my gut feeling a lot actually.
Right.
And a lot of people try to justify नहीं आप ऐसा नहीं ऐसा है, and I feel no, I feel like this, और मुझे लगता है ऐसा होगा, and usually that happens. So yeah, for me gut feeling works, and I think gut feeling is nothing but just out of 27 years of working experience, that feeling comes that something is wrong or something is right.
Something is right, yeah. That's when maybe this will work.
Yeah.
Maybe this is how things are going to be happening as well.
Hi, this is Ajay Devgn,
Hi, this is Ileana de Cruz.
and you are watching
Us on Bollywood Hungama.
Bollywood Hungama.